So you want to create a Convoy multiplayer session, or for that matter join a public one or even a private one that maybe your friends have set up, but you see this screen and you have no idea where to go next. Well, don't worry, because in this tutorial I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about the official Convoy multiplayer for ATS and ETS2. Hello everyone, my name is Prime, and in today's video I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about the new official Convoy multiplayer that has come in with update 1.41 for both ATS and ETS2. Now keep in mind, today I'm going to be just using ATS for my example because it has been officially launched, so it's in the full version of 1.41. But if you're running ETS2, this works the exact same way. Let me know down in the comments if you really want to see a video where I do it on ETS2. If you can do it here in ATS, you can definitely do it over in ETS2. So I have started a brand new test save. There's level 0, only 1 XP, very bare bones and basics, and I am not connected to a World of Trucks account. For the convoys, you do not need a World of Trucks account, although I do highly recommend it if you want to be part of community events and stuff like that. It is completely free, so I will have a link down in the description below for you to check it out, and if you want to see how to create one of those accounts and set it up in American Truck or ETS2, let me know as well, because I can do a tutorial on that as well. But in the convoys, you can see that it is not grayed out. Unlike the quick travel where you need to own a truck and discover cities first, the convoy tab you can actually click on and go into, all without a World of Trucks account connected. So that is really nice to see, and so especially for new people who may not know exactly what World of Trucks is, this is a perfect way to get started into American Truck. So let's get started here. So first off, you want to go down to the bottom taskbar here, and so you'll see the convoys tab has basically 2 trucks with like a little world thing and multiple different monitors. You want to click on that, and you may be greeted if it's the first time that you've kind of gone into this. There may be a safety splash page. Just hit OK. That's perfectly fine. They're just basically telling you to be a good person online, and that some environments may not be all family friendly. You are then going to be greeted with the actual convoys page, and so here on the left hand side, this main scroll bit is all the convoy sessions, whether they're private, which is marked by the blue lock, or public, which is just the green dot with no lock. Those are all the convoys that are in your region as far as I'm aware. They try and keep the ping, or the latency, which is down here on the right hand side, as low as possible. So if you're trying to set up a larger convoy session with people across the globe, you are definitely going to have to go up to the top left hand search bar and type in the exact name of the convoy. For example, with the Prime Timer community, we have done a few convoys on ATS2 and ATS. We had some issues with people trying to get on to my convoy sessions that I would start for some videos, but they were across the world and they couldn't see it in their list, and when they went to type it in, if they just missed a uppercase or lowercase, it was that sensitive, at least in beta, they wouldn't be able to see the convoy, and well, we couldn't get going very easily. So be sure, if you are trying to find someone's convoy, it's just a good rule of thumb, type in exactly what the person says the name is, and for that matter, if you are creating the convoy, if you're going to send it to a friend, make sure you put the exact same uppercase, lowercase, whatever character. You have to make sure it's exactly the same, so then there's no confusion on the end of the line. You've also got the players tab here, so if you're trying to get into another lobby that you can see here, whether it's public or if it's private, you can see how many players are currently in it. So for example, this first one, it has 5 out of 8 players already, because as of right now it is limited to 8 players, but SES Software does have plans to expand this number very soon, so that is always good news. In general, the players tab is really just to see how many people are in there, and it's a good idea if it's a public one, if you want to join one that's busy or one that's pretty quiet. So of course, by clicking on is whether the players tab or the latency, you can sort it, and the same with session name, you can sort how the list is organized. So if you really want to join a convoy that only has 1 or 2 people, hit the players tab one time and it will go to the lowest end of the spectrum, and if you hit it again, it will go to the highest or the most full servers. Same with latency, lowest and then highest. Kind of simple that way. So if we go up to the advanced filters, this is where you can fine tune all your searches. So if you want sessions with traffic, with damage between players, with collisions in service areas, and so on and so forth, you can filter all those things out and get convoys that have those rules applied, and I'll show you that in a second whenever we go to create a convoy. Just exiting out of that window, you go down to the bottom left corner and you've got your little information tab, or the legend. So it shows the green is sessions you could join, sessions you cannot join, join is red. I've never actually really seen any of that, probably because the servers haven't been full whenever I've seen it. If you have a session created, you'll see a check mark because that's your current session. Of course, the lock is a password protected session or a private one. And then the one with a little person is a session that contains a Steam friend. And then just along the bottom, we have the 3 buttons here. So we have a refresh if you want to try and find the name or just cycle through some of the servers that are there. You can host a convoy, which we'll go to next, or join selected. For me, the join selected is grayed out because I haven't selected one. But if I were to say, for example, click the top one here, it then gives information on session parameters. So for example, they actually have a little server rules thing saying must have a mic, no ramming. And then it gives a list of whether the traffic's disabled or enabled, and so on and so forth. And then there's also the DLC compatibility. So depending on what they're running, you may have to have different DLCs installed. As far as I know, that's supposed to be not an issue. So if you wanted to join this server, you would just go down and say join selected, and you would be then just brought up probably with a splash screen and so on and so forth. And I'll show you whenever I'm in my created convoy how to choose the same job as them and so on and so forth. So just for now, why don't we go down to host convoy, and it brings you up with this screen. So session name, you can leave it as Prime Simulation. I'm going to actually just change that back, and I am going to just say test, just for simple sake. You can do a description of the session if you really want to. I have a feeling that's what they're doing with the rules. They put in a rule there. Password, this is how you make it private. I am going to put in just a simple password right now. That way no one else can get in while I'm trying to do this example here. And of course, then there's a welcome message, and you can set the maximum players. Obviously, I'm just going to leave it up at 8, but you can set it down to just having one other person if you want, because you are counted as one. Keep that in mind. You can then go in and do Steam friends only. So for example, if you were to a bigger streamer or something like that, and you only wanted your Steam friends to join, not all your viewers, you could click that, so then you can filter out anyone who just somehow finds out your code or so on and so forth. And then this is where you do all your enabling traffic and damages, the things that I showed you when you went to join, all those different filters. You can do that here. So if you want to enable traffic or disable it, by unclicking the check mark, you disable it. By clicking it, you enable it. Other than that, just read through the options. I would recommend just really leaving it pretty standard, unless if you want to just maybe untick for speed limiter. But keep in mind, the question marks do give you little hints. So of course, if you hover over them, it says when enabled, the speed limiter is active for all session players. And it goes like that for all the little hints. So they're all little hint boxes to help you along the way. So I like those settings, and I'm going to hit confirm. And then it's going to create the convoy. It then shows you you are now in a convoy session, and then it shows you the communication hotkeys. Now, keep in mind, this may change, so just keep that in mind, of course. But these are the hotkeys as of recording this, and if there's any major changes, I will do a new tutorial on it. So you can then just hit OK. And we are now greeted with all these pop-up panels and different things here. So it actually tells you right off the bat, which is really nice. So we'll start at the top here. View all members in your current session and browse current convoys, join your friends, and deliver shared jobs. So it then shows up in the top right hand corner how many players are in it, and it shows you the session name. So we're going to go ahead and hit the drop down menu here. And so it says players, Prime Simulation. I don't have a job yet. And so this is where you can just go down to the quick job or freight market if you have your own truck, and you can choose a job. If I had a job info, I can then click on my name and say view and take same job. From there, it will then go in just to a slight different menu where it gives you the options to either take a trailer, or if you have your own trailer and truck, you can then just take the cargo out of it. Unfortunately, because there is no one else in this convoy session, I can't exemplar that, but that screen is very self-explanatory and the options are pretty simple. If you are the admin, you can promote, mute, kick, and ban people, and of course you can close the session as well, all from here. You can sort all different job types. This is mainly important if you just have a ton of people and they're all doing different job types in the same world. Going down to the little gear in the right hand corner, it gives you the convoy settings, so you can share your job with everyone or just don't share your job, or you can share your visibility with everyone or it's hidden. So other than that, that's pretty simple there. And of course the eye then just gives you the other information on what some of the symbols mean. So that's based on your status. So the icons are basically the same as what you would see in stock ATS, where the idle symbol is the same, on a job is the same, and the only new one is saying in a convoy, which is 2 trucks with an arrow. It's really not complicated if you think about it. So if you've been able to take the same job as someone, maybe you have to teleport to the same area, this is where the quick travel comes in handy. But don't worry if you don't have a truck, just like me. When you are doing those job options, if you don't have a truck, you can also take a truck and trailer hauling the same cargo as them. It provides it for you. It's just like a quick job situation. So don't worry if you're brand new to the game and you just want to hop in with your friends. Maybe your friends bought the game for you and you're just trying it out. You can join them, drive whatever truck is offered to you, just like in a quick job, and you are perfectly set. So heading over to the left, this was the other menu that came in. You pop that open, and this is the chat. I will show it to you in game as well, but this is the chat function. So you can say hello and hit enter, and that goes up and it gives you a tag of time and who said what, all there. It's really nice and easy. It shows you how many players are online. That is perfect. And you can either hit escape or hit the arrow on the side, and that will close it away. So I've just jumped into a quick job here, and so if you hit F9 on your keyboard, this brings up the in-game talking menu. So then if you hit enter, it then brings up the typing menu where you can just say hi or something, whatever you want to say to a person. Hit enter and it goes up in there, and this is where you can see any other messages that come through as well. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then to get out, so then you can go back to whatever you're doing, just hit the escape and then close out the menu using your S3 menu. And if you want to see a basic how-to video on how to run American Truck Simulator, maybe you're new to it, let me know down in the comments and I will definitely go through and talk about how American Truck Simulator works, and same with ETS2, because they both work, again, very, very similar. So now that I have a quick job here, we'll just show it in the top menu here. This is now, it shows that I actually have some machine parts. If I was a different person and I saw that, oh, Prime's got machine parts going from Yuma to Yuma because he doesn't want to go very far, you can click on my name, and then you would go down to view and take same job. If you had a truck and trailer, most likely it would just give you the cargo. If you just had a truck, it would give you a trailer. If you didn't have anything, you would have the option to choose a truck. So of course the F9 menu is very important when it comes to text, just in case you don't have a microphone. But if you do have a microphone and you want to chat, hold down the X key and you are broadcasting. You'll see the little microphone in the top right hand corner, actually more megaphone, with your name, and you are now broadcasting to anyone else in the convoy session, and it is pretty self-explanatory that way. And if you let go, you'll hear a little beep that imitates your CB radio, and it sounds really cool on the other end when someone's talking to you as well. And so let's say you're done your delivery, or maybe you're just done with it, no one else is joining your convoy and you just want to get out. You can go up to the top menu here and hit close session if you're the admin. If you are a guest in a convoy and you've just joined it, you can go up to here and this should say either exit or leave convoy session. So what I'm going to do, because I'm the session host, I'm just going to go close session, and it will give you this little thing here. Do you really want to close the current convoy session? I'm going to go yes, and it's going to bring up this screen. So this is the overview page of what happened. So if you're on there for a while, you're going to have different cities discovered, recruitment agencies discovered, different things like that, all your XP and roads percentage, and you can choose. This is the great thing about the Convoy multiplayer. You can choose to either revert your progress back to before you join the session, because it saves it just before you're joining the session. You can either load a specific save or accept the progress if you've had no issues within the convoy, and gain all the experience that you maybe got in that convoy. But maybe in your convoy someone wrecked you really hard, and by the end of the convoy you were left with like 80% damage, and you don't want to pay for that because it was just some troll on the internet. You can just revert the progress or load a previous save if you really want to, and nothing will be lost, which is perfect. So for today, because nothing happened for me, I'm going to go accept progress, and it's that simple. Sometimes with the revert progress, it may take a little bit just to load. It depends on the speed of your computer, but other than that, it is pretty self-explanatory. So that pretty much sums it up. If you have any other questions, feel free to put it down in the comment section below. Let me know if I missed anything. I probably did, but in the same sense, I didn't want this video to feel completely overwhelming since this is for beginners. And I have heard a lot of things about this Convoy Multiplayer being quite confusing to get going, and I completely understand. And so this is why I wanted to walk it through with you guys, and hopefully this video helped. So let me know if there's any other tutorials you want to see me do. I am very happy to do them. So just again, let me know down in the comments section, or hop into the Discord server, which the link is down in the description below, and ask questions there. There are a ton of people now in that server, happy to help you with some questions. And of course, I am there too. So if you want to ask me questions, just go ahead and jump in there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.